Hi Stampers, this is Sally Poole, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thanks for stopping by. Today we'll be making a version of one of these cards with the pretty Rings of Love Designer Series paper. It is in the Celebration catalog on page 7, and it is free with a $50 purchase or more. If you want to shop with me, I am offering to refund your standard shipping fee on orders of $60 or more. So you can get some great new products, free shipping, and at least one free Celebration item depending on the total of your order. If you would like to shop with me, you can find a link to my store in the description box below this video. And don't forget, Celebration will continue on through the end of August. So for this project, we are going to need the following. I have one piece of Night of Navy cardstock for the card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. One piece of mint macaron cardstock cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. One piece of Rings of Love DSP cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I chose the tree branches. One piece of soft suede cut at 1 3/4 by 5 inches. One piece of crumb cake cut at 1/2 inch by 5 inches. And a small basic white scrap for the sentiment. You'll also need a piece of mint macaron for the scallop. I used the second largest scallop die from the Layering Circles Framelits dies. If you don't have this set, but you do have the Stylish Shapes dies, you can use the largest stitched circle die from that set. You'll also need another piece of Rings of Love Designer Series paper. I chose the patterned bird paper and used the second largest stitched circle from the Stylish Shapes dies set. All of these measurements can also be found in the PDF in the description below. So first, let's stamp our sentiment. I'm going to use soft suede ink and a stamp from the Season of Chic stamp set. It's a beautiful stamp set. I really haven't used anything else in it yet, but I love the font on these sentiments. And this one says, "You are amazing beyond measure." I think it's a great sentiment. So that is the only stamping that we're going to do for this card. Next, I'm going to cut the sentiment with a smaller die from the Rectangle Stitched Framelits dies. I'm going to use this one. This sentiment fits right in here. Let me grab a little piece of tape. So I'll line this up. Put a little piece of tape on it. And I'm going to bring in my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to use plate 1, plate 2, my sentiment and die, and another plate 2, and I'm going to run that through. So there's our sentiment. Now let's attach the piece of crumb cake cardstock to the soft suede piece. And for that, I'm going to glue this. Tape would be fine as well. So I'm going to use my grid paper in hopes of getting this as straight as I can. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to emboss this piece with the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. It's the one with the little musical notes on it. So I'll just put my cardstock in the folder. I have my platform, my 3D embossing folder, and another plate. The timber embossing folder would also be great, but I don't have it yet. So let's get that out of the way. Doesn't that look nice? On the last card I did a strip of the mint macaron, but I thought I'd try it with crumb cake this time and see what it looked like. So let's put our card together. So I'm going to put some tape on the Designer Series paper cardstock. I'm going to adhere it to the mint macaron piece. We'll tape this panel, whoops, to the Night of Navy card base, hopefully right side up. And then I'm going to put glue on this piece again, just so I have a little bit of extra time for scooting it around if need be. So let's put our card on our grid paper. Line this up as best we can. Okay, now let's glue our bird image to the mint macaron scallop. And then I'm going to just glue this. You could pop it up on dimensionals too. I did with this card is popped up. Maybe I will pop it up. So let's just put a couple dimensionals on here. peel off their covers. I'm not going to put the ribbon on here. I used the crinkled seam binding ribbon on these other two cards, but I think I'm going to leave it off this time. If you do want to put it on, all you have to do is, I think I cut a piece about 10.5 or 11 inches, and it's just crossed here, kind of like the awareness ribbons, and I just put a little bit of tape underneath there on the little piece of mint macaron, and then laid that on there. And then you can trim the tails when you've got everything in place. So let's put our little bird piece on here. And then since I popped this up, I'm going to need to put a dimensional on this end. So let me see if I have a little piece of one. And then I'll put some glue on the other end. So we'll line this up. Hopefully get it straight. And then finally, we'll just add a few pearl basic jewels embellishments. I have no idea where that one went. So let's put that one here, and one up here, and one down here. If you want to also decorate an envelope, you'll need a piece of, there's the other pearl. You'll need a piece of coordinating DSP. This is cut at 2.5 inches by 6. And I'll just put some glue on the envelope flap. Make sure you have your pattern going the right way. Scoot that up to the fold on the envelope. Give it a second for the glue to stick. And then we'll just cut right around the edge of the flap. Okay, so there is a pretty quick and easy card and envelope, and I just think that this paper is beautiful. Of course, I love birds, so I can't help but like it. Here's the other two different ones that I did. So thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please click on the thumbs up, and it would be great if you'd subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.